First of all, I want to say welcome to Special Riders. We're a group of volunteers who are so enthralled by the children. Yes, they may need, but they also give us self-satisfaction for the improvement we see. I'm so happy to be a member.
Initially, of course, he was kind of skittish with the horse and everything, but he's so at ease now, and he's able to follow the directions on his own more than being directed all the time. And he's talking more. Something about being on the horse, I think, somehow triggers him being able to talk more. But I have noticed a big difference since he's been doing this. Yeah, it's really, and it's so nice that everyone volunteers for this to help. It's wonderful. Yeah.
It is so nice to be here. I wish you would come aboard. I wish you would come join our group. It's so much self-satisfaction to see these children say thank you. With that, again, I invite you to come.
Peter has been riding for the Talbot Special Riders since he was, I think, 5 or 6, and Peter is 18 right now. Just every time when I see him, I think every memory when I see him ride, and just seeing him smile from ear to ear, that he's accomplished something new. It just means so much to us.
Talbot Special Riders started 35 years ago. We have operated out of various barns with using their horses and their facilities. And now, a giant leap of faith, we have hired Kim Hopkins as our first executive director and moved our whole business to her farm. The children arrive, they come in the building, and they go over here and get on their boots and their hats and their belts. And when they're ready to ride, they go out of the building and over to the ring where the horses are waiting for them. This is our new building, and Kim's office is in here as well.
Well, I'm Kim Hopkins. I am the new Executive Director of Talbot Special Riders, an organization I am extremely proud to be a larger part of, and very excited to be able to help with expanding the programs and suit more of the needs of the folks in the community. You're now in my office. It is also going to double as the physical therapy office. Over here we have our toy cabinet, which our physical therapist and occupational therapist uses those toys, as well as I will use it for the therapeutic riding sessions. There's always a need for more items as we get riders in who have specific needs, whether it's to improve range of motion, sequencing, etc. Also, if you look at this empty area in the office, that is where we hope to have our physical therapy table. We are looking for someone to kindly offer to donate funds for that table, as everyone is finding out that all of the items that are required for therapeutic riding and hippotherapy are not cheap. It's very expensive, and our families struggle daily with the needs of their children.
Bucky is our mechanical horse. The children can get on him if they're afraid of getting on the real horse. And he can be plugged in, and he does move. And he was built for us as an Eagle Scout project for the brother of one of our riders. Volunteers are the heart of this organization. Up until now, we have had 2 paid instructors and a paid therapist. we now have an executive director. And everything else is volunteer driven. So we need lots of volunteers. We have horse leaders, and they do need to be experienced with horses, but the sidewalkers do not. All they have is a love of helping other people. If we didn't have volunteers, we could not run this operation.
For Talbot Special Riders, I am what they call a sidewalker, and my primary job is to help keep the rider on the horse and then to give them corrections as they need. The first session that I was there, I was trying so hard, I was so nervous about keeping the riders on, and like I said, time takes care of that. But I remember that I thought the rider was going to fall off, and then the horse stepped back and stepped on my foot, and you know, it was black and blue, but it felt really good to know that like the rider was safe, and that was, you know, that me being there was actually for a reason.
You love seeing the volunteers, don't you?
Yeah.
Who do you like seeing? Who? Meg. The volunteers are spectacular. I used to volunteer years and years ago, and I became very connected with some of the children, well, actually all the children, the horses. I'm very thankful that we do have special riders.
The community comes together. There's a lot of people who simply volunteer their time and they commit to going every fall and every spring for something that's outside of their needs, you know. So it's people who are just really saying, I've got a need to help and the time to help, and so it makes programs like that run, and it can't be done without the volunteers.
But we need lots of funding, as you can imagine. We've developed over the 35 years a very small endowment, and this giant leap of faith, we are using some of our endowment to start this, and we will need much more in the future. We now have to board horses, take care of horses with the vet and the farrier. We need to buy our own tack, maintain our buildings, pay our executive director and our therapist, and we need all sorts of funds for all of this. So any help that anyone can give us, great or small, is greatly appreciated. The riders gain self-confidence, self-esteem, as well as physical activities.
It gives them confidence on the horse. It gives them a power of ownership and responsibility that the riders may not encounter in other parts of their lives. If you're on a horse that weighs 1,000 pounds and you're in command of that, I think that it's really empowering for those riders.
The children, they have a bond with the horses, and just to see them, it gives them that confidence. They trust each other. Who is your favorite horse? Fritz.
So this is what Talbot Special Riders is all about. We accentuate their abilities, not their disabilities.
Why do you love Special Riders?
Now in the arena is Lisa and Andrew Patch.
Who's your all-time favorite horse to ride? Is Bella your favorite? Even better than Fritz? Awesome. What is she making you learn? What's she making you learn about your feet? That's right. She's making you learn to keep your feet still. Exactly. You like getting the medals? Do you like everybody watching and clapping?
All right, all riders into the equitation ring.
He's got a terrific posting trot. We'll see that today, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you like trotting?
I sure do.
I know you do.
I'm gonna show everybody.
You are. Well, we'll see you in the ring, and we'll get your picture with your ribbons after. Okay. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
We're going to go ahead and get with the award. First certificate goes to Anthony. Tony, I see you hiding behind that.